Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I could actually be a witness today, I think, at one of these hearings because I have two children that are graduating seniors in high school. I am actually going through this FAFSA process like many, many other parents across this nation. And so many of us recognize that our students cannot move through that financial aid process until the FAFSA process actually is completed. And in fact, many colleges won't let you move through the in-college scholarship process until the FAFSA process has been completed. I'm going to just tell you a little bit about my experience because I'm looking at my emails right now, and I'm going to laugh about some of these emails here in a second because the first email I got was from January the 7th, and it says, has my daughter's name, can't be eligible for federal student aid without your input. Help them complete the FAFSA form online. And so for the next month after that, I can tell you, I got online and tried to fill out my portion, which is just to verify my income over and over and over again, several times per week for a month's period of time. And then I finally gave up. And February the 4th, I submitted an inquiry, a case. I got a case number back that day and said, hey, I can't get through because you keep giving me an error message that says it's your fault on your end, effectively, and my daughter needs me to process this so she can actually apply for federal student aid when she goes to college. Got no response. Funny enough, though, except to say, thank you for your inquiry, here's your case number. 2 months later, ironically, last week, I get an email that says, we've closed your case. Now, in the interim, it finally worked. After several weeks of attempts, it finally worked. But then I get an email 2 months later that says we've closed your case. And also, even more ironically, I have an email from last Thursday that says, Dear Nathaniel, thank you for contacting Federal Student Aid. We'd love to hear your thoughts about your experience. I'm pretty sure that they're going to get the thoughts on my experience today and through you guys because my experience was not good. And it's not just me, but I know it's millions or hundreds of thousands of other individuals in this country trying to go through the same process and having the same frustrations. And their kids are just looking for an opportunity to get higher education. That's all they want. I'm also hearing from my institutions of higher learning back in East Texas. And here's what one of them told me is that 1/3 of the customary FAFSA applications are coming in this year compared to years past at the same point in time, which means less students are actually moving through the process, which means next year we're going to have less students actually enrolled in institutions of higher education. This same institution reported that the Department of Education has effectively stopped sending them any FAFSA updates as of March 22nd, 2024. And they say they have no visibility on their returning students or their new students on who has or who hasn't effectively done that, so they can reach out and contact those students that have applied or that are returning to say, hey, what can we do to help you to try to get them through that process as well. Here was the quote I found really interesting from one of the institutions of higher learning in my district. They said this, the 2024-2025 FAFSA rollout has presented a greater threat to higher education than COVID 4 years ago. That is their opinion to me because the challenges that their students are facing, they need this financial aid to be able to get out of where they're at in their station in life and pursue their call in this life, and they can't do it because our government has failed them.